Hey everyone, Nick from Gallery 7 and back with a little quick video on something called spot toning. Before digital, all photographs were made in a darkroom where you put a negative in an enlarger and that image from the negative is projected onto a piece of light sensitive paper. If there was any little speck of dust on that negative or even on the paper when you expose the paper to the light, you would have a little white dot on the print. No matter how perfect you are in the darkroom, no matter how clean things are, there's always little spots on the print that need to be taken care of. And I've been a fine art photographer for something like 45 years. And this is a service we do offer here if you're a black and white photographer doing darkroom work and you need those little spots taken care of. The technique is called spotting. And it's a bit of a skill and takes a while to learn. So this is one of my prints. Is there glare on that or does it look okay?
Looks good.
Okay. So I'm just going to do one spot for you. So Kelly, if you can come in right there. See that white spot right there? Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take care of that. This is a product called Spot Tone. They don't make it anymore. It's an interesting story. The guy who made it was his own little company. When he died, the recipe went with him. And people love this stuff. It's the best product in the world for touching up little white spots. There's a product called Marshall Spot All, which people are now using. But if you can find a bottle of this, the number 3, this is not the number 3, this you don't use, but if you find a bottle of this number 3 that's filled, that could be going for as much as $50 on eBay. But I may have what's a lifetime supply, considering I'm almost 65 years old. So what you do is you take a little of this spot tone, you put it on a piece of glass or a porcelain thing and let it dry. So now it becomes like these old watercolors that you used to activate with water when you were a kid. And so what I'm going to do is dip the brush in here. And I'm just going to reach over and grab a white board here. So I've got some water on the brush. I'm going to activate the spot tone. And I'm not going to go right to the spot yet. I'm going to draw it off of the brush. And what you don't want to do is have what's coming off the brush too dark. You want it a little bit lighter than the area you're spotting. And you also want the brush fairly dry. You don't want it to leave like a little bubble of liquid. So now I've gotten most of that off of the brush. And it's not going to look like much when I first start. So now I'm going to come in. I'm just going to start dabbing into that area. And you can begin, you may not be able to see this, but it's beginning to gray down a little bit. And I'm just taking my time and letting it soak in. It dries very, very quickly. So I'm just adding layers and layers to it. Almost gone. We're going to come back, get a little more water, pick up a little more spot tone. If it gets too dark, you can sometimes take a wet brush and kind of try to rinse it off, or the whole print could be rewashed. But we really hope to not have that happen. And this is a fairly big spot I chose, so you can kind of see it more clearly what we're doing. And we're doing this for a good friend of mine. We call him Bill M. He's a wonderful black and white photographer. And he said, Nick, why don't you do a video on spot toning? So this is for you, Bill. And there it is. I can't even find it anymore. Do you see it, Kelly?
No.
Or was this part of it right here, maybe? I don't think that was part of it, but let's just go after that little white thing right there. There. And there it is, completely gone. So you could imagine how much time it takes when you decide I'm going to do every little spot on this. But when I was a little kid, my mom used to say to me, you look like you need a peaceful project. And so every time I spot tone, I think about that. And I think, hey, this is a nice peaceful project. So get in the right frame of mind, you know, get nice and calm, put some music on that you like, and peacefully and slowly just work away at getting all those little spots. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope everyone's doing okay. Hang in there, and we'll see you soon.